You won't believe me if I told you, but here I go. I'm gonna try anyways. I have friends. I know it's hard to believe, but I really do. And I was visiting with them, and I had a great time. Just chef's kiss. I loved it, alright? And we talked. Can you believe that? We actually had dialogue of conversation. These absolute beautiful human beings and me. And we were talking about the Switch. Because I had took notes. I did a modicum of research here. It was really fun. All right, so let's clarify some things. All right, the Nintendo Switch, 5 years apart from the Steam Deck, that was arguably twice as good, if not much better, than the Nintendo Switch. Arguably, all right. Let's just be honest. The Switch isn't that great, but it's also pretty cheap and affordable for everyone to get in on and play games. It's pretty, and it's a portable console that you can just fucking take anywhere. Just zip up and go. Take it with you. And then also you get home and you go, I'm going to chunk this into the TV. And if it's a 1080p TV, you know what? I bet it looks pretty fantastic. But I digress. So we were talking about the price, and I ran them down, and I said they are releasing the Nintendo Switch 2 with a 7.9-inch screen, and it plays at 1080p in the hands. It's got 256 gigabytes of space, like up to 2 terabytes with the card. I guess I didn't really mention how big the games were. I think I heard something like 20 something gigabytes or whatever. And I go, and that's for $449. But also $4.99 if you get Mario Kart World. Didn't even show them a trailer for Mario Kart World. I think I barely described it. And there's two folks over there, all right? And there were two broadly different opinions. Of course, mine, I still think it's reasonable. It makes sense. I'm looking forward to it. Probably never going to own one. I'll probably die before it comes out. But who knows? Let's see. So, anyways, the one friend on the left side, we're just gonna go in chronological order here, goes, yeah, that seems reasonable. And the logic given, that because they have the OLED version, so it goes Tree Fitty plus the game plus the SD card, which I'm sure I have no idea what size, but it all comes out to $550. In that instance, you just port the SD card over from the Switch 1 to the Switch 2, so you don't have to do that again. You can if you want to upgrade, it's optional, but you just switch it over. Alright? It comes with a game, and it's Mario Kart. Like, even if you're not into the whole, open worlding from one track to another, I bet you anything ahead of time you can just opt it out. And if they don't, they'd be ridiculous to do that. It just seems like it. Man, I thought it's one of the things. People thought, oh, the chatting is stupid. You know what? It is kind of sad, but also wildly almost irrelevant of the frame rate it is at the bottom, if not the fact that I imagine there's probably some setting to just make it voice only so that you can focus entirely on your own screen. If they don't have that, that's probably a ridiculous thing of foresight, if you will. Trash, but I digress. Uh, I agree. It's if you want the games to run better, it's gonna require better hardware because what they have now, they need to be doing better. It was great when it came out. It blew my damn mind. Oh my god! It's a home console I can take with me. My god. And then over time, the cracks start showing because it's like, well, it is pretty low. End quality, not quality. It's a very, maybe not the sticks. I don't know, but that drift though. Uh, but the kind of games you could play on it is amazing to take with you anywhere. Oh my goodness. Or go home and just plop it on the TV. And now they got TVs that just make it look like pixelated piss. Oh my goodness. It's not impossible to play some of them. I was playing, believe it or not, I actually sat down and I played a whatever of Pokemon Eevee. Let's go Eevee. My goodness, what an absolute fun little nostalgic hit of game crack, you know. And I'm still not a fan of the battles in the random encounters are just like Pokemon Go, but like the battles they're all right. Sure is convenient to get double kick on that Eevee. But it looks nice. Like the way the camera zoomed out, so you just got kind of a little dude there, but then they don't have to do chibi and big. It's just all, it just kind of zooms in, and they just look great. Like it's perfectly great. The only thing it's missing is voice acting. Maybe even more dynamic camera angles a little more of the time. It was very faithful camera angle wise, but it just it looks so good. And you would when you were playing it as a kid, that's exactly what it felt like. Like damn, it looks really good in this forest. Oh my God, there was a Bulbasaur standing there the whole time. It jumped out of nowhere and got me. That's crazy. Oh, or the way you'd be through in some of the games they just have random Pokemon cries in the background, like where did that Pokemon get off to? That's crazy. And then yet all it is just a little sprite. It's just oh my God, it's crazy. It's just color and the little things and whatever. The music. The music. I can open this up right now. Guarantee the music's gonna be great. What is it? Here we go. Classic. You can't go wrong with the Pokemon Center. Nimbasa City. Hang on. Gotta go straight. Oh, absolutely. Anyways, the Switch. It's gonna be great. Yo. This is the wrong one, I think. Oh no, I have done a mortal sin. Now I have to go literally look for that. Oh! Oh, it's so good. I love this song. It's amazing. It's very nostalgic for whatever reason. I don't even remember how old I was, but what I would have been, how old I would have been when I played this game. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. You're going on an adventure? Oh, yes, I would love to. You have your Pokemon with you? They're all brand new because you had no choice. Unless you just didn't play the game because you couldn't stand it, I guess. Whatever. It's so good. It's always interesting, I think. They have a town or whatever with a Pokemon Center, but there's not really anything else in there. But like there's a bunch of the people to talk to. Oh, and then you get items and stuff. It's so good. It's so much fun. And the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee is literally just a little perfect simulation of that, but like all the time. That sounds retarded. But look, it's just great. So I can only imagine what they're going to be able to do on a Switch too, okay? I can't imagine how many teraflops of power it has. I have no idea what any of that genuinely means. I just know if I have got more gigabytes on my computer, I can play more Minecraft. And not only that, I can do more editing. A lot more than I can do on my phone. With like 4 gigs of RAM. It's painful. It sucks. Alright, where am I going with this? The other one. Alright, so there was 2 options. My God, this... There was a friend B, no, on the right. He goes, and it's my phone. He's got an amazing phone. I don't know, S20 whatever, I imagine, or some Chinese thing. I don't know. It's crazy. It's an amazingly high end, top of the line, because it can already look up. His first option was porn. But like movies, TV shows, Netflix, your music. Oh my goodness, all the music. It plays video games already. Uh, you know, it's. He thinks at first it's a little high. And not anything it can do, his phone can do better, he feels, right? For all I know, it could emulate Nintendo games. I have no idea. Apparently, the laptops can do Switch games now, so maybe it's only a matter of time until they're emulating Pokemon ZA, but with upgrades, but for free. I have no clue. I'm probably not going to be a part of that. I digress. And then he goes on to say, after hearing the idea that the Switch OLED plus a game plus a card equals out to $550, right? All right. He rethinks he goes, you know what? No, I guess that's not bad. And then he goes, and for where is it? For basically $500, you get the console, switch the SD card over, and you get a new game. Plus all the other games you had before, so you might as well just chunk the old Switch. You know what I'm saying? Trade it in, get some money off anyways. And actually don't do that. That's a scam. I'm only barely joking. Because what you're gonna want to do is do a systems transfer. Because if you don't, games like Pokemon, they won't work. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other ones that, for whatever reason, that Nintendo decided doesn't count or they don't matter for some reason. I think with Pokemon it has to do with game manipulation or cheating, but they're doing that already anyways. So I think they should just stop screwing around and let us back up our Pokemon games. Because especially with something like Pokemon ZA, that they're going through the process of giving it upgrades, which is basically just like the Switch to. It's basically like when the Wii U puts out Zelda Breath of the Wild, and also they do it for Switch. So now backwards compatible or whatever, not backwards compatible, but they're trying to just usher in the system. It's like Twilight Princess all over again. I'm getting off track. I think I've already got that way too far back with the Pokemon. Man, that music is so good. So anyways, there you go. I went to my friend's house, and we had a conversation about the Nintendo Switch 2 release and price tag, and there's all sorts of things that people I've loved getting into arguments with me over the price of a fucking Nintendo console. Thank God, because it's just it's ridiculous. I'm not gonna be able to afford it. That doesn't matter. I can't fucking see if you want your games to look better and run better, and obviously they're trying to do the best they can while also cheaping out a little, I guess. Whoops. Their Pokemon games are fun. I had fun with Pokemon Legends. I like going over to my friend's house and making use of their Switch. I'd like to have my own Switch again to play it. I stopped for religious studies and then got way too deep in them, and I need to balance it out. So it wouldn't hurt to have one again. But I digress. It's just, I don't know. I would like the games to run better in general. And especially for Nintendo. They were always pretty cheap. But even then, they went up over time. You can say inflation or whatever, but... And I think, did I write it down? I don't think I wrote it down. I know I looked it up, but I didn't write it down. But I looked up all the chronologically what they cost at the time, and one of them was like, the inflation. And with inflation, this would have cost $200 or something. It's like, oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. But back then it didn't. It was like $80. But even if you want to say for inflation, that's still less than what this is today. But it all goes up. It has to go up. Like when you buy a computer in whatever one year, it's like, I mean, by now it's like 64 or more on everything. Uh, but it would be like, oh, this year it's the big thing is 4 gigs of RAM, and then the next year or so it'd be the next big thing is everything's got to have 8 gigs of RAM and 16 the next year and so on. And each time that's more stuff to do the thing, and so then it costs more to get the stuff so you can do the more thing. It's what, like, I don't understand. Like, even if you want to say, well, it's not that good, and you're right, and a thing about the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee in Viridian Forest, there was slowdown. uh it's so funny because there was slowdown in like the Super Mario world. You know what I'm saying? And that's a classic. That console's amazing, and they can sit there and say, "Oh, well, that's different time, different programming, different expectations, whatever." There was still slowdown. There was slowdown in all these systems and all these AAA name brand games that everyone loves, and some people won't shut the fuck up about. Okay, and everyone loves it, and they still play it, and they still talk about it, and they're still slow down. I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry. Oh, I mean, it's about time to call this one a video. I'm at like 16:58. So, thanks for listening. If you have to a conversation about a conversation. Jesus loves you, and I love you too.